Actually, we got beat by a team tonight that I thought was a lot more efficient than we were in the execution, in their offense. And we normally, I think we're the #1 free throw shooting team in the country, and in the league. We didn't shoot well from the three. We shoot about 40% in the league from three. We didn't shoot well from the three. We didn't hit our free throws. And I think we gave up offensive rebounds at tough points in the game. And to Duke's credit, I thought their defense had a little something to do with us not being quite as efficient on the offensive end. And we missed some threes. I thought we had plenty of opportunities, but I thought each time we faltered, Duke made us pay. And that's what good basketball teams would do. Hopefully we can learn from this. I thought that there were too many important parts of the game where they got 2 or 3 offensive putbacks after they had missed. We had plenty of opportunities on layups that rimmed out. We didn't shoot the ball well from the perimeter. When you're inefficient with all 3 of those areas against a really good basketball team who's really playing hard to defend you, something bad will happen. So all the credit goes to Duke. Coach had them really, really prepared from an energy standpoint. And I thought the main thing they did, we just didn't do a good job when they did miss doing critical points of coming away with the ball. And they really, really went after the offensive rebound very hard. And I thought that probably made the biggest difference in the game.
Questions, please?
Talk about the play where Malik blocked Trey Jones' shot, and I guess he is like a missile that went all the way up the window more. We had the presence of mind to fling the ball at the rim so it wouldn't be a shot clock violation. It hits the rim, and then Matthew Hurt, you had 2 or 3 guys in front of him, and somehow he comes down with the ball.
Well, that was several plays like that, and that's what happens in a big game where everybody's playing hard. You would like to be able to map out exactly how it's going to go, but those are the reasons why teams come away with victories, because they're into the moment. They get the offensive putback, they get the block at the right time, they get the deflection, and all those things seem to go Duke's way tonight. And not because they were probably locked in, maybe a little bit better than our guys. And I thought our guys gave great effort. I just thought we got beat by a team that was a little bit better than we were tonight.
Leonard, that was the most steals an opponent's ever had in this place. Trent's 8. I guess, what did you see from him tonight, offensively and defensive, really, his all-around game?
Well, we have only 2 seniors on the team, and Trent's and one's a transfer. So Trent's our most experienced guy. He's been around the longest. He's our leader, and he gave us good leadership. But I thought that our inexperience showed. We have 6 new players that we try to incorporate into our system. We lost 6 guys last year that are going on and still playing basketball, and we still learning, growing, and maturing. And I thought that Trent, being the most matured guy who's been in these moments before, just stepped up and gave a little bit more effort. But I think our inexperience showed tonight on several situations that really, Duke's good enough, they don't need any help. But I thought that our lack of efficiency, offensively, defensively times, came back to bite us.
This has been your most, one of your better offensive teams, I think you'd agree, in terms of standing in the conference. Didn't shoot that well against Carolina, had a lot of turnovers, came back and played great against Miami, especially in the second half. Tonight, a little off. Your thoughts about, where the Florida State offense from earlier in January is?
Well, you're going to have games like this. These are youngsters, teenagers, young men going to young adulthood. We don't always hit on all cylinders. This is part of the journey, part of the process. You learn from it and you move on. We'll watch film, we'll evaluate, and do our analysis. Then we'll move on because we have another game right around the corner. You don't have an opportunity to have a pity party in the ACC because you got another good team coming right around the corner. So we'll learn from this, move on, and prepare ourselves for Saturday.
Leonard, when you shoot that poorly from 3 and the free throw line in this place, it can kind of be a recipe for a bad loss. How did you guys keep it so close? What did you like from what you saw from your team tonight?
Our effort was good. I thought we got a lot of deflections. We got a lot of steals. Defensively, we were aggressive. It's just that we didn't block out as well, and they're extremely athletic and aggressive going to the boards, and that's something that you teach. and obviously they have been taught to go to the offensive boards is a little bit better than our guys were consistently blocking guys out. And if there was one thing that cost us, that probably was to our demise. Our inability to come away with those offensive rebounds after we got stopped.
Where do you think this league's going to be a month from now? Are we going to start seeing games like this from here on out?
Well, if you go back and look, man, it's been games like this the whole season. You know, when we played Notre Dame, and I think they were somewhere toward the bottom of the league in terms of standing, but they lost so many games within 2 or 3 points. So their record could be almost completely reversed. And one weekend, I told our players there were 4 ACC games. I don't remember what weekend it was. And the grand total of the margin of victory in 4 games was 10 points. 3 teams lost by 2, and another team lost by 4. That's the nature of this league. And everybody keeps saying, what's wrong with the league? Then I think maybe that might be that everybody's getting good and everybody's competing, and it makes it more exciting. And that's why I think that we become accustomed to everybody being in the same place. But now I think what has happened is you have so many rich, traditional, successful programs that some of us new guys who have joined the league have been pulled up by the teams who have been successful for long periods of time, and it's kind of evened out a little bit. But I'm going to wait till March, and I believe at the end of the day, the ACC will be right where they always are, right there in the middle of things. That's the nature of our league, because we play against such great competition, night in and night out, that it's going to be you're going to be prepared when you get to the NCAA tournament to play against anybody, because they say iron sharpens iron.
How do you think you guys did against Vernon in terms of limiting post touches?
Well, you know, I never really looked at what he and he's a handful. I'm not real sure you ever really stop a guy like that. And I think that the attention that we gave him opened up doors for those guys who came off the bench that was knocking down those threes. I mean, so it's you give and take. You concentrate on stopping him, and all of a sudden now you get O'Connell and Hurt coming out there throwing threes from the parking lot. And that's kind of what happened, you know. But that's what a good team will do. I think Duke has done a real good job of putting a team together that really has all the ingredients to win basketball games. We were clogging up the middle and taking their inside game away. He came off the bench with 2 guys. They started knocking down threes, and they're gonna be very difficult for people to compete against. They can see like maybe they're getting better and better as the season goes on. Hopefully, we can do the same thing.
How close do you think your team is to being as good as it can be?
We're a long ways away, because you know what I'm saying. We have 6 new guys we're trying to learn, and that's probably the best thing about our team. We still kind of sputtering a little bit. You know, I didn't think we were very smooth in our offensive execution tonight. We kind of got away from our efficiency. And I'm hoping that we can keep finding ways to win games while we're getting better. By no means have we peaked. You know, we have a lot of holes in our game.
Anything else, Ed?
Thank y'all.